real in the city, no steel in the city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling the city like I'm dealing with titties. One mic, one hook, just real in the city. A magician on a mic like silver, man, I flow calm and it can't come realer. And the lead from the arms might kill you, but instead I throw palms and heal you. In the city where shit gets grey, and the dreams just don't come fair though. By any means, we all need this red though. Sophie's got more times than Aguero, man, it's all messed up. We got the whole game dressed up, fake life in a red tux, no clue, so your head's stuck. And I'ma just keep eating rappers like Sane, cause your weak bars couldn't touch or harm me. I defend my team like Walker, but it's just me, myself in the army. So I just implode facts, kick back like Kimbo's back. Trust me, I've been low, it's mad. So many souls been broken half. And the man roll round in the whip and all of the windows black. So you're thinking that with those straps, and the thing goes black. So you could get hit quick with a ricochet, let we split like rips in a wicker tray. Death just fucks with a living prey, like you just one real bad trick away. Man, it ain't fun to run, but don't think that the gun the one. On a knife either, it could turn on your neck and get cut like a wife beater. Man, I'm real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with titties. One mic, one hook, just real in this city. Real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with titties. One mic, one hook, just real in this city. You can shoot your shot, I won't let it in. Like Edison, you just miss then run, no reverend. No hits, but the whole shit's relevant. Kick stay crisp in the mix, that's evident. Word to the prince, Baz telling them. Murder them quick, fast shelling them. That's the line that the OG selling them. All me rock, don't go propelling them. I just set in defiant ways, hit hard like Pep in his prime days. Stop me, I don't break down, I'm Rodri. You ain't getting in my space, you ain't getting in my place. No way like setting a blind maze. Wanna know why I'm getting these migraines? I flow cold, I'm setting the ice age. You can never go far though, I know. You don't get a clap, no bravo. My whole track's cinematic like Marvel. Those rappers in my bag like marbles. Thinking I'm a trip like carpools. When the girls say hey like Arnold, I don't quit when I'm that good shit. If I flip when I spit, it's a rap, no parcel. I'ma go in, don't tempt me. I've been jamming on the mic, I'm Mendy. I don't act hard in the city, it's a red card if you roll 10 men deep. You don't look mean or trendy, so you wear cut eyes from Fendi. Man, I spit like Uzi's plenty, it's no wonder the shells all empty. I'm real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with titties. One mic, one hook, just real in this city. Real in this city, no steel in this city. I eat rappers, so I make a meal of this city. I'm feeling this city like I'm dealing with titties. One mic, one hook, just real in this city.
Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everybody today? Hope you're well. Today's live vlog is all about the player ratings for last night's game in the Champions League, where, as you know, 1-1, but it wasn't all bad. Come on. We've seen a lot of negativity all over social media today. We need to keep positive. We got a point away in Milan. That puts us 5 points clear at the top of the group, and we need one more point. And our goal difference is, it's phenomenal in the group. So let's not be too harsh. The only problem being is probably going into the Liverpool game on the weekend on Sunday. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do our player ratings and see what everybody thinks for today. So what we'll do is just have a quick look who is on. Section is on. Afternoon, Andy and all you Blues. Section, all the boo-hooing is fun. I thought last night was a great game. It was certainly a very entertaining game, and considering that what we saw, what the Chelsea and the Ajax game in the Champions League the night before, I think it was, the night before, on Tuesday night, the 4-4. I mean, God, we're seeing some games, but it is what it is. And, let's not be too down with regards to, the fact that we've only got a point from it. I mean, reading over social media today, I mean, just if I can bring it up, let me just try and find it. Let me just see. social media today, there was an article that was posted, and some of the comments were, and I'll read them out. Merlin's Wand says, genuinely one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. We'll discuss that for certain, that penalty. Gabriel Jesus is a disgrace. That's why we are looking for a third striker, because he's definitely is not going to be able to fill Aguero's boots, says Jacob LLM. Adam Hennessy, that might be one of the worst penalties I've ever seen from Gabriel Jesus. Jesus Christ, more like. It was a poor penalty, don't get me wrong. It was pretty awful. BSK_MCFC says, Jesus is very good at everything except finishing. The amount of 1v1 big chances he has missed this season is abnormal, abysmal. His technique is awful. God, I mean, wow. City fans, come on. Paul Leonard, PDL2203 says, Sky Sports News, is it me or is Jesus not clinical enough? Hashtag De Bruyne played the cross of the year to him on the 9th minute, so why didn't he do a diving header? What is it with the modern footballer? And don't even mention the penalty. How we were not 3-0 up at half time. Darren Man City, who's a big Twitter account. Jesus is a effing dreadful penalty taker for a striker. Should be Ilkay every day for me. And MCFC_shirts said this might break the internet, but I actually think that Jesus is a dreadful striker. Wow. I mean, they're just some of the actual comments. And if you go over on social media, I know a lot of it is very reactionary. It is, and that's just the way it is. You know, you finish the game, you watch the game, you're all het up. If the result's not gone quite how you expect, then you're sort of pinpointing, and that's why we do the player ratings the day after, because it gives you sort of 24 hours to calm down and think about it, and maybe watch the game back or watch the highlights back and things like that. That's not to say that, you know, Gabby Jesus' penalty wasn't awful. It was shocking. But some of the reactions on social media by, you know, I can't believe, I'm not saying these people, the comments I've just read out there, I'm saying some of the other ones that I've read on social media today and last night were, oh my Lord. Anyone would think we've just been knocked out of the Champions League. I mean, God, we've gone away to Italy, got a draw against Atalanta. We were down to 10 men. We missed a penalty. You know, if Gabby's penalty goes in, chances are that's 2-0. The whole game absolutely changes. But that's just the way it is. You know, somebody mentioned in one of the comments below the video that I did last night in the post-match review, and said, they commented saying, oh no, sorry, it was the Premier League predictions video. I think it was Peaceful Decadence had said, I mentioned the fact that Mahrez, in my Premier League prediction video on the Liverpool game versus City this weekend, I mentioned the fact that Mahrez missed a penalty, and people forget it. And I was just reviewing the Liverpool game, and we are playing Liverpool this week at Anfield, like last year when Mahrez missed the penalty. So, yes, Sergio Aguero, the game against Spurs, the 1-0 defeat, if he would have scored that penalty, it might have been different. It could have been different, absolutely. But some of the outrage on social media is just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. It's like, you know, people are just now expecting Manchester City to win 5-0 every single game with the amount of injuries and things like that we've got. I mean, that's just not the way it is. That's not the way football works. And if you follow football as long as I have, and followed City like a lot of City fans have for decades, you know, a 1-1 draw in Italy, just being in the Champions League would have been amazing. But to go away to Italy and get a 1-1 draw down to 10 men, and sort of having domination in the game and missing a penalty, you'd say that's a good result. So anyway, let's see who is on, and we'll get into the player ratings, I'm guessing. Section says he fluffed the pen, so it happens to them all at some point. Absolutely, Section, of course it does. we've seen, I mean, people are going about Aguero and this, that, and the other. He's not going to fill Aguero's boots. How many penalties has Aguero missed? I mean, some awful ones, maybe not as bad as Gabby's last night. Mahrez has missed penalties. Kevin De Bruyne, I think Kevin De Bruyne missed a penalty as well. So, it is what it is. Martin's on, afternoon all, how are we? Get over and listen to the Premier League prediction, guys, after the live vlog, of course. Yeah, watch the video. The video is on the channel. And it's this week, which don't forget starts tomorrow. So if you've got fantasy football teams, make sure you get your teams in, because the game starts, Norwich play tomorrow night. So it's Friday this week, and go over and watch the Premier League predictions. Martin is on there, Ryan Corrie's on there, Kiam gives his predictions for this week's games, and I give my predictions as well. And you should see how many 1-1 draws I've gone for this week. So I'm going to go for a lot of draws this weekend, or this week as predictions table. Could change, hopefully, on our Discord channel. Scott Williams says, section, we all like the dark side. Not the good old days, but always a reminder of what it's like to be a City fan. Still fancy us to turn them over at the weekend. Ooh, you reckon, Scott? You reckon we're going to do it? I mean, if you watched the Premier League prediction video, there's only me. I went for a draw. I'm giving you a bit of a clue there. I went for a draw. But the others on the channel, wow, it's like we're going to get absolutely mullered. Section 20, modern City fans are spoiled. Can't win every game by a rugby score. We can't win every game, certainly. We can't win every game, you're right. We can't win. We have, let's face it, over the last 2 seasons, we've been absolutely spoiled, rotten, with the type of football that we've been watching and the amount of goals that we've scored. And it just doesn't always happen. You've got to also bear in mind that so many players are out of form as well. And add all the injuries to that. It is coming at a bad time playing Liverpool this weekend, but it is what it is, and what a perfect game to raise your game. We still heard nothing about Bernardo Silva and what's happening with his potential FA investigation. We're still waiting for that news to come out. And Bernardo's been out of form. Kevin De Bruyne has been very hit and miss. We don't know whether David Silva's going to come back for this weekend. He could be a massive miss if he's not available. Will Gabby keep his place over Sergio, or will Sergio come back in? Mahrez last night, another opportunity to shine, didn't really do it, and we've got so many players, plus the back line. Who's going to play there? Should John Stones be in with Otamendi, or John Stones with Fernandinho? Will Rodri be back? I doubt it. It's going to be very 50-50 whether he plays, and is it a risk playing him? So, it's going to be very, very difficult this weekend, but we've got to keep the faith, Blues. Come on. Let's go back. Scott Williams says, exactly, section. Section 20 says, an away draw in Italy is nothing to be sniffed at. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Should we have won the game? Yeah, of course we should have. Should we have conceded that sloppy goal? Poor, for me, out of position. Cancelo far too far up the pitch, and Otamendi having to run across and cover, but not closing the cross down enough. Nobody in the box picking up a player. So we should have won that game, but we didn't, and that's just the way it goes. Just to be playing in Italy says it all, says Scott Williams, absolutely, section. And we've to remember, this is the Champions League and supposed to be full of the best teams in Europe. I'm here. Hello, Ryan Corrie. How are you? Section 20. I've gone for a City win. True blue. Whoa. Wow. City win. Well, what's that? Give me a score then. What's your score, section? Scott Williams, positive. Andy, fancy us. Mahrez, pen, and the general. Wow. Is that a 2-0 or a 2-1? If you fancy Mahrez penalty, you think Mahrez will be on duty for penalties, and the general will play on Sunday. Kiam is on. Hi guys, happy Thursday. I'll miss the game. I'm away, but not that arsed. I think we'll struggle. Kiam, come on, buddy. Bit of positivity. Ryan Corrie, me, Martin, and Kiam have used our head with our predictions. Can't do it. Just can't do it. Phil's on. Hi Andy, I hope that Merseyside police have kindly announced City's coach route and time of arrival. I don't think they have yet, but I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will, and it'll be leaked and nothing will happen and there'll be no police there. And we'll see just more pictures on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening of Liverpool fans all over the place. No Merseyside police anywhere. Ryan Corrie, Bernardo, Defo getting banned, you reckon? Wow. Oh, we'll see. Nothing's come out at this moment in time. On no doom and gloomer. We are City and we can win any game. Absolutely, section. I like that. Didn't enjoy that game at all. Walker came on. Until, I think that is Ryan. You didn't enjoy the game at all until Walker came on. I thought we were very good in the first half for certain patches until we missed the penalty. And I think that obviously hit Gabby's, certainly Gabby's confidence. Section, I went for 2-1 City. Good man. Scott Williams has gone for a 2-0. Wow, that'd be some achievement going to Anfield and stopping them scoring. Ryan says, I'm sat in the front room with a dressing gown over my jacket and a hat on. If I wasn't chatting gloved, would be on 2. If I wasn't chatting gloved, would be on 2. What's that mean? Mane red card for blatant simulation. What do you think the chances are of that section? Really, honestly, give me a percentage. If you really believe Mane will get a red card for blatant simulation. Maybe. Oh, gloves on. Right, okay. You've got gloves on. Why are you sat in the cold, mate? Well, just put the heating on, or put the fire on, or make a fire, or whatever. It's far too cold. It is very cold, I must admit. It's wet and miserable here. In the spirit of Trevor Christie, City can do it on Sunday, absolutely. Section, in hope, 99%, reality 0%. Well, we'll wait and see. Joseph BT, hi Andy. How are you, Joseph? Good to see you back on, buddy. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the player ratings shortly, but we've got a bit of sort of update and things like that about a little bit of news and things. The fire is on and my gran has no central heating. Or get that fire, get some logs on that fire, mate. But first up, a little bit of news before we do the player ratings, and this is on somebody that I already did a vlog all about, and that is Uriel Antuna. And if you remember and go back a while back, and I'm just trying to find where the article is about him. I did an article on Uriel, I should say, rather than Uriel. Uriel Antuna is set to join Chivas after being convinced to return to his homeland by the club's wage offer. Antuna has spent the season on loan in the MLS with LA Galaxy, impressing with 6 goals and 6 assists in 31 games. This has sparked interest in his services with Chivas and LA Galaxy, both looking to secure him on a permanent deal. Chivas were the side pushing hardest, but there were complications as LA Galaxy had agreed to a deal with Manchester City that they would see them loan the 22-year-old next season as well. They now appear to have overcome their complications, though, with Record reporting a deal worth $12 million has been agreed between Chivas and Manchester City. Antuna met with Ricardo Pelaez and Amaury Vergara in Los Angeles last week, where he was presented with their project for the club. However, they offered to quadruple the wages he earned at Galaxy, and that solved his doubts about the move. It was earlier reported he wanted to stay in America as he thought it would be better for his career, but the power of money has talked, though, and records say he will shortly sign his contract and make the return back to his homeland. So there you go, the usual argument when it comes to moves and things like that. Money talks. bullshit walk. So what you've seen there is another kid that was going to be one of those sort of loanees and go around the MLS and maybe come to Europe and things like that. But he's gone back to his homeland and gone back to Chivas, and City will get $12 million. So another bit of profit, a little bit more money in the bank for our next potential purchases in the January or summer transfer window. So let's get back and see who's on. Excuse me. Joseph Beattie, Ryan going 4-1 to Liverpool. Yeah, he did. Went for an absolute destroying of us on Sunday. Come out to see her as it's her birthday. Wish you, oh, God bless you, Ryan. I hope she had a lovely birthday. Section 20 says, have they discovered the wheel in Cumbria yet, seeing as you are on fire? Ryan, you better all watch Carlisle get embarrassed in the FA Cup tomorrow against a non-league team. It's on the BBC. BBC, bacon, cucumber. Hi, Andy and Blues. How are you, Mark the Blue? Hope you're well, buddy. Let's go back and have a look at what else is there. Some other bits and pieces of news. There are some other bits and pieces of news. So let me go back in and take a look. So today, City could have finally found a perfect pairing for Liverpool at Anfield, says Simon Bajowski of the Manchester Evening News. And he basically writes the fact that Pep Guardiola has not been able to end Man City's winless run at Anfield. That's now stretched to 16 years. If Ederson becomes the sixth first-team player to join the injury list, the chances of stopping the rot look even slimmer. However, despite the many disadvantages they go into the Premier League clash with, the timing has never been better for their partnership on the left between Benjamin Mendy and Raheem Sterling. Of the 7 meetings between the teams since Mendy's arrival from Monaco, only once has he lined up in the team with Sterling. The England international was absent for the 5-0 win in 2017, and Mendy's injury has seen him miss 5 of the next 6. And they've been missed. The score was only 1-0 in January 2018 when Mendy's replacement Fabian Delph limped off in the first half, and that further imbalance saw 3 more goals conceded. The decision to leave Sterling out for the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final at Anfield later that season ended with a 3-0 defeat that ultimately proved too much to turn around. The only game that they played together, the 0-0 at Anfield last year, a game City could have won and should have won, only for Riyad Mahrez to balloon a late penalty over the bar. On that day, the Blues came closer than on most occasions to ending their bad streak, and Sterling and Mendy have improved since. For Sterling, it's been another year of sharpening his finishing and scoring important goals. For all the transformation since his acrimonious 49 million move from Liverpool, he is still missing a standout performance against them. Even in the Community Shield, his miss when through on goal at 1-0 up gained far more attention than the goal that had given him the lead. With Mendy, the sense is of a player that is being carefully managed after so much absence due to injury. He looks so solid whenever he has played this season, and there is the feeling that he can just drop into the defence as Vincent Kompany did, yet he's been overly worked. Sterling's willingness to cut inside complements the left-back far more than Leroy Sané, who is a more natural winger. Against Atalanta, they work well both individually and together. Guardiola may yet decide to go with another option, but as he fights fires in so many other positions, it's a reassurance to see Sterling and Mendy show signs of their improving partnership. So what are your thoughts on that, boys? Do you think that is going to be the partnership for the weekend? Is Benjamin Mendy going to retain his place and play with Raz on the left-hand side? And do you think that actually they're starting to build up a little bit of a relationship there? And let's face it, we've had real mixed bag with left-backs, Zinchenko, with Mendy, with Angelino, and Raz often playing on the left-hand side unless he plays that false 9 role. So do you think that would be, a good partnership to maintain for Sunday? Do you know any news on Ederson yet? Still nothing. Apparently there's a scan today. Jack Deans, Ryan Corrie, nothing yet, I don't think. section. His leg has fell off and Walker is handing. Edward Denham, how are you, buddy? Born a Blue. Hello, Andy and my fellow Blues. How are you, mate? Ryan Corrie, I was looking for you. Where were you looking for him, mate? I thought Nico was good yesterday, says Ryan Corrie. Yeah. Listen, I've always said I like Otamendi. Goal, AZ Alkmaar. Go top of United's group. Hi, Ryan Corrie. Mingyi Wong, hi. How are you, buddy? Mervyn Thomas, hi. Mendy for sure. Mendy plays pretty well. Hopefully he'll do the job against Liverpool. Yes, let's hope so. Let's absolutely hope so. So let's take a look, and we'll give you some injury news with regards to. Let's put this one up for a change, and we'll give you some injury news on what's going on. So these are just estimated. We're talking about Ederson, Silva, Rodri, Zinchenko, Sane, Laporte. I mean, it just all roll off your tongue, don't they? But if we look at the news, Ederson, nothing appeared to be wrong when the players went down the tunnel at half-time against Atalanta, but when Claudio Bravo emerged ready to take the field before the second half, there could only be one explanation. Pep Guardiola has confirmed that it was a thigh problem and that he is a doubt for the clash against Liverpool. He said it's a muscular thigh problem. It was not big, but to avoid risk, he didn't feel comfortable in the last minutes, and that's why we decided to make a substitution. He's strong. We're going to try with him, but we're not going to take a risk. We'll see tomorrow. Potential return date they give in the MEN, the 10th of November, which is, as you know, Sunday. David Silva, as we know, had to be substituted at half-time versus Southampton in the 2-1 win. He too suffered a muscle problem. He's now expected to be out for at least a week, having missed the trip to Milan. Be more than likely, they reckon, to be Bernardo Silva or Phil Foden step in the midfield option. Guardiola said, I didn't speak with the doctor, but when he has a muscular problem and cannot play more minutes, it's because he has something. And when it's muscular problem, it's always a minimum of 10 to 12 days. Sadly, they are giving a potential return date of the 23rd of November. On to Rodri. As we know, Rodri limped out of the game with a hamstring pull. And Guardiola said after the international break, maybe he'll be ready. A potential return date again, the 23rd of November. So another one potentially out on Sunday. Alex Zinchenko, as we know, he had a contact, Pep said, with his knee, something in the bone, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, more or less. It was something to clean a little bit, not a big issue, 5 or 6 weeks. And Zinchenko said the Ukrainian, on Zinchenko, the Ukrainian posted a photo from his hospital bed on Instagram with a caption, on my way back, and the return date is given sometime in December. So we've still got, 3 weeks of November or more to go, so it don't like Zinchenko is going to be back then. Leroy Sané, Pep said, is coming back before the end of the season in January, December. February could be perfect. It should be perfect. The potential return date for him is still looking around about January 2020. And on Aymeric Laporte, Laporte has said himself after successful completion of yesterday evening's surgery, and this was when he had the surgery, I'd like to say thanks to all the messages of support. I'm sad for not being able to join the national team, not fulfill my dream and making the debut. I would like to thank the coach for being so supportive. From now on, we start counting down the days to go back to the pitch. And as we know, we've seen him in physical rehabilitation. So it's good to see him back. But the potential return date for him is still looking like February 2020. So injury news, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen this weekend. We don't know whether David Silva could miraculously appear. Rodri could suddenly train with the team today, tomorrow and Saturday. We've no idea. It's not looking good, if I'm being honest. The big concern is obviously Ederson, and let's hope it's just a little bit of a pull. He didn't obviously want to risk it for the massive game, which is on Sunday, and he's decided, no, enough is enough. Just get Claudio on. So let's just see what else we've got on here. Blah, blah, blah. Let me Go back. Mendy all day on Sunday. Can't risk Cancelo on the left or Angelino, says Scott Williams. Mendy played pretty well. Hopefully he'll do the job against Poole, says Section. Ryan, result depends on what he goes with in defence for me. 5-3-2 needed. Mingy Wong, not bad, thanks. My sisters are on holiday for 10 days. Also, my daddy's in Hong Kong for a month. If we don't go 5-3-2, I see Liverpool running riot. Cancelo will be on the bench, Scott, said Edward. Mingy Wong, hope he has a good time and avoids the protests, especially the blue paint, says Scott. Pep will get it right. I believe in the Spanish skinhead, says Joseph Beatty. Ryan Curry, Cancelo and Mendy wing-backs with Walker, Furnace Stones as centre-backs. Mingy Wong, yeah, I hope so, Scott, because there's something going on over there. Stefan, Herringtonio, Romance and the Gothic writings. Hello, mate. I saw Sean Ryder last night. Is he City or United? He's United, mate. He's not a blue. Ryan Curry, Gundo deeper with KDB, Bernardo, then Gabby and Aguero up top. Section, not heard Ryder ever linked to a City fan, so he'll be a rag. He is a rag. There's no doubting about it. He's certainly not a Man City fan. But anyway, let's go back and let's go into the player ratings. So, first up, we have to start with our keeper, who originally started last night, and that was Ederson. So, what were your thoughts on Ederson last night? Bit of a jump there. I don't know what's going on there. Move that a little bit for you. So Ederson last night. What are your thoughts on Ederson? And remember, these are your scores, not mine. Joseph beat it a 5. Scott says, Ryan, are you throwing them both up top? This could be maybe Phil Foden. Section, is he still alive? Section 20 said a 6. Mingy Wong a 5. 6.5 said Edward. Yeah, both of them up top. Scott Williams a 5. Sanjay J a 5. Anyone else for a score for Ederson? Quite difficult. Only played a half. Mark the Blue a 6. His kicking was a little all over the place, I must admit, to start off the game. And I was just looking, and I'll give you what Stu Brennan from the MEN gave on his, but I'm going to take yours first. Foden, if no Bernardo, Mark the Blue is 6. Okay, so what we're going for on this one, I think we'll give Ederson a 5, or another 5, maybe making a 5.5. There you go. So Ederson from you guys gets a 5.5. Actually, Stu Brennan says Ederson, his kicking was poor, but you can only think he picked up an injury to be taken off at half time. He gives him a 5. Wow. Okay. Not often does Ederson get a 5, but we're moving over to our right back for yesterday, and that was Cancelo, or however you want to pronounce it. What were your thoughts on Cancelo? Stu Brennan is harsh. Joseph Beater gives Cancelo a 5. Edward Denham gives Cancelo a 4. Section a 5. Mingy Wong a 4. Scott Williams a 6. Mervyn Thomas a 5. Sanjay a 4. Pretty hard, pretty low scores these. 4. Ryan a 5.5. Mark the Blue a 5. Paul Rowe a 4. I must admit, for me, he was massively out of position for their goal, and that is the one concern I've always said with Cancelo is the video I did on him all said the same thing. He does get caught lapsing out of position too far up the pitch. Right, okay, so oh god, 5. I think we just have to give Cancelo a 5. What did Stu Brennan have to say? Good support for Mahrez, but he shouldn't have been so high up the pitch when Atlanta's goal went down his side. He gave him a 6, which I don't know. You guys, you decide. You gave him a 5 overall. Let's move into the middle of the park, and on the right-hand side, the General Nicholas Otamendi. What were your thoughts on Otamendi last night? Blamed Otamendi. Blamed Otamendi was Cancelo's fault. What Paul? Josie Peter gives Otamendi a 5. Edward Otamendi a 6. Paul Rowe a 7. Mervyn a 6. Section a 6. Scott Williams a 7. Mingy Wong a 6. Ryan 7. Multiple bits of good defending. Don't know whether this will influence you. Mark the Blue says a 7. Let's see what Stu Brennan says. Gave Gomez far too much room to sling in the cross for the equaliser after playing well in the first half. A 5. Wow. 5. That's harsh. Mark the Blue 7. Sanjay agrees with Stu Brennan, a 5. Okay. So looking at this, I'm going to have to give a 6.5 for Nicholas Otamendi. So 6.5 for Otamendi, which is better than some of the other scores. So let's move on to his partner in crime last night, and that was Fernandinho. So what were your thoughts on Fernandinho last night? Cancelo's fault, out of opposition. He was out of position. Paul, that clears it up, pal. Fernandinho gets a 6 from Joseph Beattie. Paul Rowe a 7. Fernandinho a 6. Fernandinho a 5 from Philip Kears. Section a 6.5. Scott Williams a 6. Mark the Blue gives him a 6. Ryan Curry 5.5. No clue where the runner was for the goal. Sanjay 6. Mingy Wong 7. Mervyn a 6.5. Let's just see what Stu Brennan gave Fernandinho. He said, composed, calm first half, but had his work cut out after the break when he produced a pass of the match for Sterling and gave him a 7. Mervyn says 6.5. Borna Blue 6.5. Wow, let's have a look. So we've got some 7s, we've got some 6s, we've got some 5s, got other 7s, got 6.5. We're going to go with the same as the general for me. We're going to go Fernandinho gets a 6.5 for last night. So moving on, let's take a look at our left back last night, which was Benjamin Mendy. So what were your thoughts on Ben Mendy last night? No, his natural position did okay. Joseph Beattie gives Mendy a 6.5. Mervyn a 7. Philip Kears, Mendy a 6. Clumpsy says Bro, Mendy a 6, says Edward. Section 20, I want to see him play as a 9 against Liverpool, so do I. But you gave him a 7. Mingy Wong a 6. Paul Rowe 6. Ryan Curry 6. Sanjay 6. Scott Williams 8. Best game in a long time. Mark the Blue a 6. Nathaniel Mayoneki. I hope I pronounced that. Nathaniel, I hope I pronounced that okay. 7. Borna Blue Mendy a 6. Let's see, what does Stu Brennan give Benjamin Mendy for last night? Oh, wait until you hear this one. Benjamin Mendy gave City width and control in the first half, but much of his work was aimless or plain careless in the second half, and gave him a 4. Stu, I don't know what game you were watching, mate. Mark the Blue 6, Nathaniel 7, Born Blue, Mendy 6, Ryan Corey, this is hard to watch, 144 pence, and I still get buffering. Section, yeah, that is exactly what Stu Brennan gave Mendy last night, a 4. I'm watching 360p and it's fine. Right, so what we got on here? Ooh, again, it's going to be Benjamin Mendy gets a 6.5 like 3 of his other defensive partnerships. Stu Brennan a wreck in disguise. He's normally pretty fair with his his player ratings off, but I do think that is a little bit harsh. Okay, moving on to our number 6 last night, which was Ilkay Gundogan. So what were your thoughts on Gundogan last night? It's my grand's internet. It's horrible. I'm watching on 720 and it's great, says Born of Blue. Paul Rowe, 3. Wow. Gundogan, 3. Philip Kears. Paul Rowe, Gash. Joseph Beattie, 5. Satnav, DOID, Quality. Edward Denham, Gundogan, 5. Ryan, 6. Section 5. At fault with that back pass. Mingyu Wong, 5. Satnav, DOID, an 8. An 8. Scott Williams, 5. Mervyn Thomas, 5. Mark the Blue, 5. Sanjay, 5. There's lots of 5s here. Very, very. Don't that day. Listen, it's not about how he's done over the season. It's about specific performances in each game. He's done very well in the last 3. Was my man of the match last week. What quality? What the fuck, says Paul Rowe. 6, bar the error. He didn't do anything wrong. Nathaniel says a 6. Born a Blue, Gundogan, a 6. What does Stu Brennan give him? Oh, here we go. Gave City so much control in the first half, and he was still the man who was trying to wrest it back as Atalanta rallied. He gave him a 7. Paul Rose, Southampton. Yeah, he was very good against Southampton. Oh, wow. 6. Ooh. I'm going to have to split it down the middle on that one, and Gundogan gets a 5.5 from you guys. That is interesting. Moving on to his next 2 compatriots in midfield. The first one we're going to look at is somebody who is just still not hitting the heights. A wonderful player, but he's just not performing where he needs to be at. But I'm sure he'll get there, and that is Kevin De Bruyne. Apart from the mistake, all of his passes first time, he handled the pressure well. Couldn't fault him apart from the goal. Laugh all you want. It's an 8. No, it's absolutely fine, mate. That is your opinion. And I only give the scores on an average of everybody's scores. They're not my scores. Unrecognised greatness. Joseph Beattie is 6, Satnav 5, Sanjay 4, KDB 5, says Edward. Mingyi Wong 6, Ryan Corey 7.5, Mervyn Thomas 7, Paul Rowe tried well 7, Mark the Blue 6, Scott Williams 5, not at it at the moment. Kevin De Bruyne, Philip Kears gives him a 5, Born Blue KDB is 6.5, Section 6, not playing great at the moment. He's definitely nowhere. He's not hitting the heights consistently where he was last year, that's for certain. Let's see what Stu Brennan gives him. Another in-out performance from the Belgian. Couple of great runs, but the fluency and sharpness is not there at the moment, and he gives him a 6. Section 6, not playing great at the moment. Sanjay, he can turn up. Let's hope he can turn up on Sunday. I hope so. No Dab Silver to link up. He's saving it for the weekend. Let's hope so. Right, let's see. Some pretty decent scores there, but the 4s and 5s are dropping it. So Kevin De Bruyne, on a guessing average from you guys, Kevin De Bruyne gets a 6.5. So there you go. Let's see who else we've got. His other midfield partner last night was Bernardo. As you can see on the left-hand side here, Bernardo Silva. Fortunately, there were no images, proper good images without copyright all over them from last night. But Bernardo Silva on the left there, celebrating the City fans in the stadium. So let's see, Campbell, very late, pal. Carl, how are you? Just left the girlfriends, don't worry. Scott Williams, he looks overweight. You talking about Kevin De Bruyne. Paul Rowe gives Bernardo a 6. Joseph Beattie a 6. Bernardo Silva a 6, says Edward. Mingyi Wong a 6, Scott a 6, Mervyn a 6, Section 6.5, played better than he has for a while. Philip Kears, Bernardo Silva a 6, Sanjay a 5, Mark the Blue a 6, Satnav says can't fault his work rate, but didn't have a big impact, 6 from me. Carbon Doubt is Edison fit for Sunday, we don't know. Ryan Corey, Bernardo 6.5. Let's just see what. Let's see. Intro. Bernardo Silva. This is Stu Brennan. That prodigious work rate is no longer being matched by his ability, although in his part in the opening goal was important, and Stu Brennan gave him a 7. Ryan says 6.5. Edward Denham says yes, Carl. We don't know yet. So Bernardo was 6 from Born a Blue. So what we got? 6 is yeah. Bernardo on average gets a 6 from you guys on Man City Fan TV. Right, let's go out wide on the right hand side, and on the left hand side of this image, we are talking about Riyad Mahrez. So, what were your thoughts on Riyad Mahrez for the game yesterday? Oliver McCullough gave Bernardo a 6. I don't get why people are saying that tomorrow is the time decided for the season. It's not tomorrow, it's Sunday, mate. Tomorrow is Friday, pal. I know, Cal. Paul Rowe a 3, Joseph Beattie a 6, Sanjay a 4, Paul Rowe gash, Edward Denham Mahrez 5, Section 5.5, Carl said Sunday, Philip Kears Mahrez a 4, Oliver Macaulay rubbish, Scott Williams 6, Mingy Wong 6, Mark the Blue 5, Ryan Corrie 6, Mervyn Thomas a 6, Born a Blue Mahrez a 5. Wow. I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. You probably would, mate. Let's see what Stu Brennan gives Riyad Mahrez. Couple of moments of great skill, but also mixed in some sloppy delivery and pointless passing. Not close to his best this season. And Stu Brennan gives him a 6. So, oh God, some low scores there. Couple of 6. I'm gonna have to give Mahrez a 5 point. I'll be generous at 5.5. There you go. Mahrez gets a 5.5 from the viewers on Man City Fan TV. Right. Let's go to the opposite side then. In the middle here, we've got Raheem Sterling. So, what were your thoughts on Raheem Sterling for yesterday? Scored a great finish, a lovely bit of interplay with Gabby. I thought it was a wonderful flip by Gabby and an excellent finish. It's something, if Aguero finished that, you'd go classic finish. But I heard people saying, oh yeah, it was a simple finish, and it wasn't. It was a very good finish. So let's see, what does Raz get? Joseph Beattie a 7, Paul Rowe a 5, Philip Kerr Sterling an 8, Section a 7, Mingy Wong a 7, Mervyn Thomas a 7, Edward Denham Sterling 6.5, Mark the Blue a 7, Born Blue Raheem 7.5, Sanjay an 8, Ryan Corrie a 7, Scott Williams a 7.5, Paul Rowe lost in the second half. Yeah, well, I think a lot of the players were lost in the second half, if I'm being honest with you, Paul Rowe. What does Ryan Corrie 7, bar the goal, he did nothing. What's Stu Brennan say? Made it 13 goals in 15 with a simple finishes. Another one, a simple finish. 1-2 penalties, and then fluffed a great chance from Fernandinho's pass. He gave him a 7. Scott Williams, they all were, Paul. The pen mistook the stuffing out of him. I think it did. I'm going to go with you guys and give Raheem a 7. Shall I give him a 7.5? Shall I just overrule some of you? And yeah, go on, because he scored. Or shall I not? I normally go a 6. No, I'll stick with a 7. Sorry. I normally stick with a 6 as a game, and if you score, you get an extra point. My rating might have been influenced by Martin calling him an absolute donkey. I know, I couldn't believe that last night. I had no idea what Martin was on about. So moving on to our striker for last night. I think that picture says everything you need to know about how City fans felt after that particular penalty, and that was Gabby J. Yeah, I mean, it says it all. You only need to look at Mahrez's face in the background, thinking, "Oh my God, thank God it wasn't me who hit it over the bar." I'll put it wide. Joseph Beattie a 3, Paul Rowe a 4, Mingy Wong a 4, Mervyn Thomas a 5, Sanjay 3. Oh my God, you guys are very harsh tonight. Scott Williams 5. Keep the faith in him, absolutely. Philip Curtis Jesus a 2. Rubbish. Section 25, good work rate, needs to finish better. Mark the Blue 5. Ryan Corrie 5. A nice assist. I'd give him a point just for that assist, but he lost the point for his pen. Gabriel a 5. Born the Blue says. Any more? Let's see. What did Stu Brennan give him? Where is he? Took a battering, made a great assist, and then took one of the worst penalties ever, which affected his form, and Stu Brennan gave him a 5. VAR gets more points than our whole team yesterday. I'm not going to lower his score to a 4.5. I'm sorry I can't do that because that assist was amazing, even though his penalty was very, very poor. I've got to no, I can't be too harsh on the kid. I'm giving Gabby J a 5. On to our first sub, which was Claudio Bravo, and I won't have a bad word said against Claudio Bravo. I ain't having it because it was never ever a foul and should never ever have been a red card. Philip Kerr's Jesus wasn't 2 ratings worse than Mahrez. Paul Rowe 0. Joseph Beattie a 1. Sanjay a 0. Scott Williams a 1. Oh my lord. Mingy Wong a 2. Bravo a 1. Section 5.5 took one for Gundo's back pass. Thank you, Section. Bravo a 3. Bona Blue. Philip Kerr's Bravo a 2. Ryan Corrie a 2. Mervyn Thomas a 5. Well, we're getting at least a bit of sense. Should never put the City shirt on. Simples, no chance. How many trophies has he won for us, mate, in cup competitions? People forget that. Redemption at the weekend. Possibly Scott Williams. Possibly. Mark the Blue a 5. Let's see. Not applicable. Time, Paul. It's quite funny, actually. Claudio Bravo. Reckless challenge and sent off, but Stu Brennan still gives him a 5. There you go. So, I'm sorry. I am not going to give him a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. He gets a 5 because he gets a 6 for coming on, playing half a game, and then he made what was a challenge, but he never touched the player. Paul is a clown. Muric is better. Bravo for me. Sorry, I'm overruling you on this one. To be fair, could have been worse, like ending up 2-1 loss. It could have been JTR 35. Bravo gets a 5. Off to 8. Walker 8, man of the match. Corrie by all. Even if Bravo starts, I'll support him. Absolutely. That's the spirit. Mingy Wong. Edward Do 1. Joseph Beattie by Ryan. Right, okay, so that's Bravo. Next up, we have our man, Sergio, who, as we know, came on. And what were your thoughts on Sergio's little cameo? Didn't do a great deal, if I'm being honest. But Paul Rowe 6, Joseph Beattie a 4. Anyone else? Any more? Mingy Wong a 5. JTR 35 5.5. Section of 5. Aguero 5.5 says Edward. Philip Kerrs Aguero 4. Scott Williams 5. No impact. Mervyn Thomas a 5. Mark the Blue a 5.5. What else have we got on here? What did Stu Brennan give Mahrez? Aguero looked uninterested a 5. That was what Stu Brennan gave Sergio Aguero for yesterday. So let's see, 4, 5. Right, okay. We'll LM Lamphy or LAMFY gives him a 5. Well, we're going to go with a 5. 5 for Sergio, which leads us on to quickly before we go, and that is our main man, our goalkeeper for Sunday. And that is Kyle Walker, legendary. I didn't really do much when he came on. Yeah, I agree, Sanjay. Walker 9.5, Joseph Beattie at 10. What a save. He made more saves than Bravo and Ederson put together. 10, he did. 10, he done a Quinny. He deserves the 10. 9 for banter, laugh out loud. Paul Rowe a 10. Sanjay a 10. JT, I'm not even going to try to attempt that one. JTR 35. Borna Blue 9.9. Joseph Beatty Pigeon gets 10 for me for that wonder save. Scott Williams 8 needs to brush up on his catching. Oh no, he went to dive on the floor immediately. Mark the Blue at 9.8. Carl Walker Philip says the Walker 9. Don't normally rate players who come on after 81st minute, but on this occasion I will. LAMFY 10. Ocean Rage gives him a 10. Made the only save in the game, Paul. Right, okay, you've got it. Well, Carl Walker, and it's not been many times this season where we've given players a 10, but just for the very fact that he's a right back, he bottled up, he's shown his balls, he put the gloves on, he looked like a right melon in that pink top and that yellow horrible kit, but he actually had to make a save, which neither Ederson or Bravo did. Albeit he fumbled it, but he jumped on it, but didn't jump down quick enough on the floor. So he gets a 10 from the Man City Fan TV subscribers. Off to do some shopping. Take care. Great work. Thank you, Philip Kurz. Good save. Just need to drop that knee down. He is literally... I mean, these occasions come across very, very far and few between in football. But it was just great to see. And the banter at the end, I think Mendy was shouting something to him and whatever else. But, you know, it is what it is. It wasn't the ideal result last night, but a draw, a point away in Italy. We topped the group by 5 points. We only need one more point. We've got something like 13 goals ahead of the next team, like blah blah. I mean, we're gonna walk the group, absolutely walk it. Just the problem being is Ederson picking up that injury last night is a big shame. But right, I can only assume by you. I'm not even going to go in man of the match because I can only assume by you your scores that the man of the match was Super Carl Walker, and some of his tweets, if you've not seen them on social media, were quite funny today. Some from Raz. Some from Mendy as well. Right, before I go, tomorrow night is the big Manchester City quiz. What we're going to do is we're going to auction off the winner. Sorry. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring up. Let me just find it. I'm going to bring up an image of the prize for tomorrow night, and just see if I've got the image here that I can show you for those who haven't seen it. Oh, I have here. Here it is. Let me just bring it up. There you go. This is. Oh, by the way, ignore that because that is actually signed. I'll just bring it down a little bit here so that you can see this image here is signed by Phil Foden. That signature that you're seeing on the side there. That is Leslie Ross. That's the artist who it's all done in pencil. Very, very good. Well, that is signed by Phil Foden. It's from the Centurion season, and one of our subscribers on Man City Fan TV kindly purchased it and donated it back for a big live quiz, and there's a prize to the winner. So what we're going to do, and I want to say again a massive thank you. He don't want to be named, so I'm not going to name him, but that is going to be the prize, and we'll send you that. There is a letter of authenticity from the club to say that Phil Foden has signed it. On the back of the image, there is the City seal of approval to show that it is authentic. That is going to be the prize to the winner. So the quiz is going to be tomorrow night, and we're going to aim for around about 8 o'clock to start. It'll probably last in total around about 90 minutes. But Phil will leave City before I win a quiz. Hi Brian, how are you? Top prize, but I'm saying it now. I have no chance of winning this one. Your record section, you're 4 out of 5 so far on the quizzes. Where's the mastermind himself, Mr. Blue Heart? I don't know. I'm sure he'll be on for the quiz without a shadow of a doubt. But he has just changed his job. I saw him at the game last week, so he has just changed his job, which has thrown all his timings out for coming on the live vlogs and things. So he does apologise. Is Martin here tomorrow night? Martin will be doing a quick update live vlog tomorrow evening, round about 6 o'clock. Very quick one, and then we'll be going into the quiz around about 8 o'clock. And Martin is going to be doing he's going to be the adjudicator and take all the things down. So let's go in section. You are flat runners all. Only blue art can get near you. Well, that is a prize on offer. That is a seriously impressive prize. It's a one-off. You won't get it. You won't get that photograph signed by Phil Foden. It just won't. It's that simple. It's got to be worth 150 quid plus. So whoever wins that, fair play to you. There is going to be general footy knowledge will be tough. Believe me, the questions are very, very tough. There are some easy ones in there, but on the whole, they're not going to be your average stuff. They're going to be things you're going to have to really think about. You won't have time to Google. So don't even think about it. They are going to be random, so they're not going to be sectioned where I say, right, this is all about World Cup winners. So everyone can go onto Google and pull up World Cup winners, for example. Not that there's anything in there on World Cup winners, but I'm just giving you an example. So you won't be able to do that. It's going to be random. So we'll go from English football to world football to European football to goals to stats to top goal scorer in this league to whatever. That's off the top of my head. It's going to be very random because we want to make it fair. You'll get probably 10 seconds or so to put your answers up, and that'll be it. But it's a wonderful, wonderful prize. Don't forget also the super chat is available. So if you want to contribute, you can click the super chat, the little $sign at the bottom. Proceeds and profits go to Tackle for Manchester. So please, I'll be putting it on social media as well. We'll be pushing it all over social media. Martin will again be mentioning it tomorrow. Don't forget, if you don't know our social media, or certainly my social media account, if you're not a follower, you don't follow me on social media, please go over and follow me. That's my Twitter account at Aviation Blue. You'll be able to be notified, and we'll be doing it all day tomorrow, notifying people to come on to the live vlog. And remember, you have to be a subscriber. You can't just randomly come on and whatever else. You're going to have to be a subscriber to Man City Fan TV. So if you do win it and you are a random person, we will go back and check that you are a subscriber of Man City Fan TV. And listen, enjoy it. It's going to be amazing. Let me just go back finally. Top prize, that priceless. It is priceless. You won't get another one. It's that simple. Get in City, says Kevin. City to win 5-0, says Kevin and Blocky. I hope so. Kevin agreed. Edward Bindippers will be made to suffer. Section, all the best with the quiz, and everyone else won't be able to make it once a drink has been taken at the wake. I will watch back, sure, I will get every answer right. Sorry about that. Enjoy tomorrow to the best of your ability, Scott. Paul wrote, Liverpool 1, City 3. You can't spell Liverpool with LOL. It's Loserpool. Mingy Wong, or Crappool, or Lolololpool. Poo, section says, Liverpool haven't won the league in how many years? Well, nearly 30 years. So, but anyway, we'll see on Sunday. So anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, what's that? 1-2 Sterling scores in 94th with Martin Tyler screaming Sterling. Hey, don't forget, guys, watch along on Sunday. I'm doing the watch along. Martin is at Anfield, and we'll be getting pre-match fan cams and post-match fan cams as well. I'm going to do a live watch along on the Liverpool game on Sunday. So if you enjoyed last night's with Martin, it was wonderful, absolutely brilliant watch along. I'm going to be doing the watch along for the Sunday game at Anfield, and I'm absolutely dreading it. I am absolutely dreading it. I'm going to have to keep my language in check because I don't think you've ever seen me watching a game live. So, but anyway, have a good evening, and all Blues. Thank you, Ocean Rage. But Sea Blues, have a great evening. Don't forget, check out the last night if you missed it, the watch along, the post-match stuff, the pre-match stuff. Amazing. But we'll be back tomorrow. Martin will be live on the channel around about 6 o'clock for a very quick update. And don't forget, join us around about 8 o'clock. But don't forget, follow also my Twitter account at Aviation Blue. And you'll be notified tomorrow during the day of exactly what time the quiz is going to be going on. And come and join us. And an absolutely amazing prize to be won. And I'll just show it you one more time. This is a signed piece of artwork by Phil Foden. And this was from the Centurion season. And it is signed. That signature is not his. That is Leslie Ross, the artist. It's all hand-drawn in pencil. And it's signed with a letter of authentication by Matt Tackle for Manchester. And I want to say a massive thank you again to that person who donated that. And it's worth a lot of money because it's an original. But anyway, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. If you're not a subscriber, click subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Don't forget, with the bell icon, for your notifications, make sure on your phone or your laptop, your notification settings are set to public, not private. That way you'll be notified all the time when tons of videos come out. Don't forget also, we put the Premier League prediction video on the channel this afternoon. So go over, see what our Premier League predictions are. If you're not in Discord, go over and join. There's a link below in the description of the Premier League predictions where you can join the Discord Premier League Prediction League, which is run by Ryan Corrie, who comes on Man City Fan TV. And also in the morning, FIFA Knows video will be out on the channel. Kiam playing FIFA against Liverpool, and FIFA Knows. We'll see what the score is. I'm dreading it. But guys, have a wonderful evening. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for all your support and the subscribing and everything else. It's absolutely amazing. All your interaction and everything else is superb. We absolutely love it on the channel. But let me just, later, says Paul. Yeah, you take care, buddy. See you tomorrow. Andy, don't do it. Later, everyone. Got to do it. Committed now. But take care. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. We'll see you soon.